Also, I read that you mentioned about sexual abuse that happened when you were a teenager, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
14.
14, okay. I recall one such interview. There was a very old lady, she was talking to me, and she had opened up to her husband at 60 about the childhood sexual abuse that happened, and it had impacted her throughout her life. And she's 70 now. So, opening up is not that easy to your friends, family, parents, or even your spouse. Yeah. So, how difficult was it for you to open up to anyone close to you?
So I was 14 and I kept telling myself, no, they don't realize what they're doing. They must not know that this is what they're doing to me. So I kept thinking that I was, you know, like I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Which retrospectively is a silly thing to think because
No,
I was
actually.
sure. No, I know. But like logically speaking, if I had to say it,
I understand.
should have been sure. There was no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I was like, I don't know whether he knows what he's doing, whether he's doing this on purpose. Maybe he's just a mistake. So it went on occasionally for a year. And I would try and avoid it as much as I could. Make whatever excuses I could. And then one day it became very evident that they knew what they were doing. I went home and I told my mother. So I think for me, I wasn't afraid to tell my parents. I went home and I wrote both my parents an email.
Okay.
I communicate via email. So when I was in college and I told you I stopped eating and I asked for help, I wrote a letter, handwritten, posted.
Where were you then?
I was in the Netherlands.
Oh my God.
I didn't just send a text message, who knows. But when this happened, I came home, I wrote both my parents an email, and then I went to my mother and said, Mom, check your email.
Wow, okay.
So I think once my internal doubt, self-doubt, judgment, whatever, came to a breaking point, I immediately told my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel like that's also something that I was instilled in me from when I was small, that whatever happens, you can come and tell us. So it was never a question of, can I go tell them? Should I go tell them?
Yeah.
For me, it was always, is this important enough to tell them? Because they're doing very important things with their lives and they're very important people and they're very busy people. So should I bother them with this was the question in my head, more than can I tell them or am I embarrassed to tell them or any of those things. So even my depression, I was like, let me try and figure it out first. And then when I tried to figure it out and it made no sense, I was like, I'm a smart person. I've thought about this so much. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to help me. They're just going to feel bad because they can't help me. So, and they're doing important things with their lives. So I shouldn't bother them with this if there is no solution. So for me, it was consciously that has been the thing that stops me from telling them. But yeah, but otherwise my parents have always drilled into our brains that you can tell us anything.
That's very important, I guess.
So whatever it was, if any of my friends were pregnant, if I got pregnant, if someone was doing something illegal, whatever it is, I was like, I will first go tell my parents.
Yeah.
Anything happens, you go tell your parents first. At
That's
least
great.
That's my policy.